Like when Dane ruled the world. There's something Dane used to do. I love Dane. I'm not shitting on Dane. There's something Dane used to do that rubbed me wrong. Always. Hey guys, Dane Cook here. I got a big secret to tell you guys. I'm not going to tell you today. I can't tell you yet, but I got a big secret coming tomorrow. You guys hear this? You guys are going to lose your mind. I felt like going like...
That shit worked though.
But yeah, it did. But it always rubbed me wrong because I was like, hey man, this is your ego talking. Like this is kind of gross.
How so?
Because I don't...
What was his secret?
I never tuned in to find out.
You know, or whatever.
Yeah, like just like
big fucking secret.
As opposed to like
he created a pandemonium.
He created all the shit I'm doing. He created all this. He created the whole fucking game.
And you said hold my bear and then ran with it.
No, I don't know if I was that close. But what I will say, not even remotely.
Get
but I will say that like.
No, Dane was a pioneer.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what was more effective for me than I got a big secret things. And I'd say I'm saying this.
Don't say big secret though ever again.
I would say my dad called me and going, buddy, do you know a guy named Dane Cook? And I go, no. And he goes, he's on the cover of USA Today. And by the way, that was the shift when Dane, I remember calling Dane.
He changed the game. He was the first social media superstar that
way. But here's the thing about Dane. And fun. But you can learn the stuff you didn't like from him and apply that as well. You can go, 100%. I didn't like this shit, but I love this shit.
Yeah, but here's the other thing about Dane. I know everyone wants to shit on Dane and whatever. I like Dane. He's always been great to me.
Dane's always been cool
Dane
as fuck
will
to me.
still fucking crush a room, dude.
You should, Brian. You remember?
What got that motherfucker to the dance? One of the funniest motherfuckers.
Dude.
He killed me.
He's still. But here's my problem.
I would watch him and be like, "You are a beast."
He was doing something different than we were doing. You understand? People were bombing when Dane was in that tank top. There were still comics who bombed. Dave Attell would bomb. Louis C.K. would bomb. That was how they did stand up. You would bomb, and you get a couple good ones. Dane never fucking bombed.
Destroyed.
He was Evel Knievel.
Remember him in Dublin's?
Him in Dublin's was watching the first caveman make fire.
I couldn't even speak. I watched him and he got me back into stand-up. I wasn't doing comedy.
Dude, but
I watched him and
I saw him at the Comedy Store a few weeks ago.
Yes.
I'm telling you, brought the house
still murders.
Oh, and you know what?
He's a real comic.
And it was just crowd work.
He's a real comic.
Oh, no one wanted to follow him for years.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched him
even to this day.
I watched him do the Boston Comedy Club.
Look at him.
I watched him do the Boston Comedy. I was at that taping.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was
as a fan.
Yeah, no, as a friend. I knew Dane back then.
Oh, you and Dane were boys.
I've known Dane for as long as I've known Bill. Dane sat me down in his apartment. He
you ever open for him?
What?
Did you ever open for him?
Never opened for Dane.
Okay.
Never opened for Dane. Dane sat me down. He used to live in an apartment off of Fairfax. It's the old Kennedy compound. It was one of the most beautiful buildings I'd ever seen. One of the most beautiful apartments I'd ever seen. And we went over to play guitars and just bullshit, go see a movie. And he was just going over to his computer the whole time. So anyway, and I go, what are you doing? And he goes, oh, dude, come here. Let me show you. This is going to change the game. You need to get a MySpace profile. And I was like,
smart dude,
I was like, huh? By the way, I was like, good luck. You're never going to catch me doing that shit.
Yeah.
If I had listened to him.
And he answered every email. He said, I talked to him. He said, I started noticing people were emailing me, and a lot of people. And I said to myself, if I start making a log of these emails and letting people know that I'm going to be back there, and that's what he started doing. So we
got to have him on the show. I've talked to him the other day.
I want him to come on.
Got to have him on the show.
I'll tell you what, man. If you think now think about this, right? If we're talking about game changers, if you're thinking I had anything even remotely to do with Dane, that's nothing. That's nothing. Think about Rogan. What he did, he broke the fucking game when he decided.
It's not a comparison. They're all different.
No comparison.
Well, no, but I'm saying what Dane did was just as effective as what Rogan did.
Oh yeah, no, right. So Dane broke the mold. Joe broke the mold. Dude, Schultz is breaking the fucking mold.
Correct.
You guys broke the mold. When this podcast popped, and everyone was like, dude, Fighter and the Kid's getting ... down. Fighter and the Kid ... Because like at the time,
fighter comedian at the time,
dude,
cage fighter, dirty comedian.
It was
turned comedian.
Two dudes doing a podcast. Everyone was doing the solo mode. Everyone was like, Tom and Christina were doing them, but like me, Joey, Ari, Duncan. Everyone was doing the solo mode, and you guys showed up. That was a fucking game changer, dude. I hope to God I live long enough to read a book about what has happened in comedy from because I mean just my perspective of getting in. And when I started, I didn't know people didn't do the road. No one did the road. you lived in New York or you lived in LA.
They just stayed in New York.
No, they were just road comics. There were road comics like the Chinaman and J Medicine Hat. They were road dudes. And Kirk Nolan. There was a guy named, oddly enough, Jim Brewer, who's not the same Jim Brewer.
Sure.
Road guy. All these road guys did the road. And then you had New York comics who would kind of do some, like in Long Island and New York, up and down the coast, but they weren't going in technically the funny bones. And then everything changed, and like David Spade would do Tempe Improv, and I would see that, and I would go, oh wow. Then they offer you to do the road, and you're like, wow. Because what happened is the Irvine Improvs opened like 13 clubs. The Funny Bones opened like 20 clubs, and they just started blowing up the road. I mean, you're right. When you talk about fucking theater comics, you go, there was, when we started, there was not.
Ask Joe Coy and Bill Burr how they'll tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Watch your tone.
Okay. What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Use some of that boxing you've been doing?
Don't you fucking disrespect.